Okay, hi you guys. I'm just here making a video to Johnny Creepy because he said he has this contest where if you read 50 books in 1 year and you're a college student, he'll give you like $1,000 scholarship, or maybe it was $500. I think it was $1,000. I'm like, wow, I can do that maybe, but I don't know if I can get all the books read. So here are some of the books like I'm gonna start to read. First one, okay, this one's really simple. It's like not hard reading at all. But I'm going to throw in some harder books. But this is the Seinfeld aptitude test. Actually, I already started reading this. It's pretty funny. I get most of the questions right because I'm a Seinfeld addict. I'm going to be reading this. It's Cinema 4D, Release 10. User's manual. So that's going to be kind of boring. Oh, it has a lot of pictures. I mean, it's not going to be that hard to read, but it's a computer program for 3D animation, so yeah, I really need to get that read. I'm also taking an animation class, so I'm going to probably read this book. Oops. Understanding Animation by Paul Wells. It's kind of, like theoretical, actually, for animation, so I don't know, that should be okay. It's kind of long, though. I don't know. And that's book number 3. These are not going to be read in order, but this, I don't know if I'll actually read the whole thing. I guess I have to for the contest, but it's another animation book, cartoons. It's very theoretical. Animation is just not Mickey Mouse, So, here's some of the... It's quite a thick book, so it'll take me a while if I actually read that one. I may change the books I read, too, but I'm showing you all these animation books. Maybe I should show you some different ones. Here's another animation book, though. Art in Motion Animation Aesthetics by Maureen Furness. So far it's a pretty good book. I haven't read that much of it. It's kind of thick, but I have to read that for class. And I want to read this book, Mac OS X fonts, or Mac OS 10 fonts. Who's this by? Sharon Zardetto Aker. It's on the bottom. Because I knew how to deal with fonts in OS 9 and 8 and stuff like that, but then they totally changed the way fonts are in OS 10, so I need to read this book really badly. Because my fonts are not organized, and I need to organize my fonts. And so, yeah, I mean, there's a whole different way of dealing with fonts in OS 10 compared to the other versions of OS, so... And there's actually new font types, so, yeah. I also want to read this book, The Day the Voices Stopped, a memoir of madness and hope. Ken Steele and Claire Berman. That's about someone who has schizophrenia, I think. So I should read that. Because I'm interested in memoirs about schizophrenia, because I really want to write one myself, but who knows if that'll ever happen. Ooh, I doubt it. I also have some Classroom in a Book books. These shouldn't take too long to read. Here's a Classroom in a Book. I love doing these things because they're like, you do the problems in the book and everything, so it goes like step by step, so you learn the programs a little bit more. I have these for CS2 because for like Illustrator, Photoshop, and stuff like that. I don't know, I'm guessing there's new stuff in CS2 that I don't really know about. So, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And here's another animation book. The Whole Story by Howard Beckerman. You probably are bored looking at all these animation books. I really need to read this book, Forms, Folds, and Sizes. It's a book for graphic designers, basically. It's a pretty cool book because I don't know if anyone out there is a graphic designer, but you know, when you're like trying to make stuff to go to print, or like stuff for the mail, or look, it even has stuff for let's see, bottles and things like that. So you need to know what the sizes are for all these things. This shouldn't be too hard to read because it's mostly sizes, but I should be acquainted with that, so that I could probably count as a half a book. But I should probably read this book, Pocket Grammar for German, because my German sucks right now. I should know all these things that are in this book, but I didn't really know everything. That'll take a while, because grammar is so boring to learn. I think it might take a while to read this whole book. And I wanted to read this book. I started it already. Simple Stories by Ingo Schulze, or Schultz. I'm not sure which. I was supposed to read it last term in this class I took, but I had a problem with the professor, so I dropped the class. But I still want to read the book. And I thought this book was like really cool. It's called The Dogs Who Found Me, What I've Learned from Pets Who Were Left Behind by Ken Foster. Just sounded like a really interesting book, so I wanted to read that. Isn't that dog cute? Yeah. I'm a sucker for animals. I was supposed to read this book last term too. It's The Dog King by Christoph Ransmayr. It's also a German book, so is the Ingo Schultz book, translated from German. Okay, and I guess I only have a couple more minutes to talk about a couple more other books. What am I? Can't even speak English. Okay, here's another one called Waist High in the World by Nancy Mears, Life Among the Non-Disabled. It's about this person in a wheelchair, so I thought that would be interesting to read. I think it's going to be a pretty good book. And Recovered, Not Cured, A Journey Through Schizophrenia by Richard McLean. This guy's from Australia, I think, but I really like this book so far because it's got some interesting pictures and stuff from his journals, and why can't I hold that the right way? Yeah, so I really, really want to read this book because so far it's really interesting. It shouldn't take that long to read, though, and I really need to read this book, Editing Techniques with Final Cut Pro, 2nd edition, Michael Wohl, because I just got Final Cut Pro, and hopefully my videos will be better if I actually use the program. And oh yeah, I wanted to show you this book too. I really want to read this book. I just got it. Wow, that's turning blue. Anyway, it's called Genome, the Autobiography of a Species in 23 Chapters. It's supposed to be really good. So, by Matt Ridley. And it's kind of a, like, psychological book. So, yeah, I really want to read that one, too. I guess that's about all I have time for. So, you can see that I've got a lot of reading to do, and I don't know how I'm going to get it all done. That's only like 15 books, and I need to read like 50 books, so I better get started. I should probably not watch YouTube as much, and probably should read more. So you guys should enter the contest too. If you're a college student, you have to be a college student, number one, and you have to read 50 books in 1 year, so by the end of 2007. And I'll try to link his video to this video. So anyway, if you guys have any book suggestions, let me know. I have read, I really like reading books about like mental health issues, so I've read, of course, Elizabeth Wurtzel's, oh, this is going to be too long, I can't talk about all the books I've read, so I guess that's it. I'll just have to make another video. Okay, bye.